Have you ever felt like you're being subtly steered? Convinced to do something you didn't quite intend? Or left wondering why you agreed to something that just didn't feel right? We all have. The world is full of manipulators, from the casual friend who always gets their way, to the persuasive colleague, to even more sinister figures. They don't usually resort to brute force. Instead, they exploit incredibly common, often unconscious, psychological tendencies we all share. These are our blind spots, the mental shortcuts, and emotional triggers that, when expertly prodded, can make us incredibly vulnerable. But what if there was a way to shine a light into these dark corners of our psychology? What if we could develop an internal radar for detecting manipulation before it takes hold? That's where the ancient wisdom of Stoicism comes in. The Stoics, with their profound understanding of human nature and their emphasis on reason, virtue, and self-mastery, offer a powerful antidote to manipulative tactics. Today, we're going to explore some of the most common psychological blind spots that manipulators love to exploit, and then discover how Stoic principles can help us see right through them. One of the most powerful blind spots manipulators leverage is *** confirmation bias ***. This is our tendency to seek out, interpret, and remember information in a way that confirms our existing beliefs or desires. If you want something to be true, you're more likely to believe information that supports it and disregard information that contradicts it. A manipulator knows this. They'll feed you precisely the information that aligns with your hopes, fears, or pre-existing notions, making their deceptive agenda seem like a natural, logical conclusion. They don't need to convince you. They just need to give you pieces that let you convince yourself. How do the Stoics counter this? By relentlessly pursuing objective truth and rational judgment. Seneca reminds us, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. The Stoics would urge us to separate facts from our interpretations and desires. Before accepting any proposition, they'd ask, is this objectively true? What is the evidence, beyond what confirms my existing biases? Am I hoping this is true, or do I know it's true? By cultivating a detached, rational perspective, we become far less susceptible to information tailored to our internal biases. We learn to question not just the manipulator's claims, but our own internal reactions to them. Another key blind spot is our powerful ** desire for social approval and belonging **, often manifesting as the need for social proof. We are, by nature, social creatures, and we tend to assume that if many people are doing something, or if someone respected approves of something, then it must be good or right. Manipulators exploit this by creating a false sense of consensus, implying that everyone agrees, or by invoking seemingly authoritative but irrelevant figures. They might say, everyone knows this is the best way, or even insert important name believes this, to pressure you into conforming, making you fear being the odd one out or questioning the obvious truth. Stoicism offers a robust shield against this. For Stoics like Marcus Aurelius, our self-worth is derived from our own virtue and reason, not from external validation or the opinions of others. He famously wrote, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. The Stoic path emphasizes developing an inner citadel, a fortress of character that is immune to external pressures. Our actions are guided by our own reason and moral compass, not by the shifting tides of public opinion or the desire for applause. By cultivating indifference to external judgments and focusing on what is truly within our control, our own choices and values, we become impervious to manipulation based on social pressure. Then there's the exploitation of our *** emotional vulnerabilities ***. Fear, guilt, hope, and even love can be powerful levers for a manipulator. They might stoke your anxieties about potential loss, guilt-trip you into compliance, or dangle a tantalizing promise to exploit your deepest hopes. They understand that when emotions run high, our rational faculties often take a back seat. When you're afraid, desperate, or overwhelmed with guilt, you're far less likely to critically analyze a situation and more likely to seek a quick fix or comply with a perceived solution. The Stoics were masters of emotional regulation. They didn't advocate for suppressing emotions, but for understanding them and ensuring they don't control us. Their core teaching here is to distinguish between what is within our control and what is not. Our emotional reactions are largely within our control. External events and other people's actions are not. When fear or guilt begins to rise, a Stoic would pause and ask, what is truly happening here? Is this emotion based on a rational assessment of reality or an irrational interpretation? Is this fear within my control, or am I worrying about something external? By practicing emotional detachment and rational inquiry, we can observe these feelings without being swept away by them, preventing manipulators from using our emotions as their puppets. Finally, manipulators often exploit our inherent *** tendency to defer to authority ***. This isn't just about official titles. It can be anyone who presents themselves with confidence, expertise, or commanding presence. We often assume that someone in a position of perceived authority knows best, even when they don't, or when their authority is irrelevant to the situation at hand. A manipulator might simply act like an authority, using strong language, demanding compliance, or invoking an unverified expertise to override your skepticism. The Stoic response to authority is not blind obedience, but critical examination. While they respected wisdom and expertise, they prioritized reason above all else. Epictetus encouraged us to always use our faculty of reason to scrutinize claims, regardless of who makes them. He taught that we should not be swayed by mere appearances or titles, but by the logical soundness of an argument and its alignment with virtue. A Stoic would ask, is this person truly an expert in this specific domain? Are their claims backed by evidence or merely asserted? Does this advice align with my own reasoned judgment and moral principles? By cultivating a habit of independent, rational thought, we empower ourselves to question and evaluate rather than simply comply. In essence, manipulators thrive in the shadows of our psychological blind spots, exploiting our natural human tendencies for their own gain. But the Stoics offer us a flashlight, illuminating these vulnerabilities and providing us with the tools to navigate the world with greater clarity and resilience. By practicing objective judgment to counter confirmation bias, fostering inner virtue over external approval, mastering our emotional responses, and employing critical reason against false authority, we build an unshakable inner citadel. You don't need to become a philosophy scholar to benefit from these insights. Start by simply pausing and asking yourself these questions when you feel pressured. Is this objectively true, or just what I want to believe? Am I acting based on my values or to please others? Am I being driven by emotion or by reason? Is this truly sound advice, or am I just deferring to someone's perceived authority? By incorporating these Stoic practices into your daily life, you won't just protect yourself from manipulation, you'll cultivate a stronger, more rational, and more virtuous self. You'll become the master of your own mind, your own choices, and your own destiny. And that, in itself, is a profound freedom.